Well, hello. I said I would share life in France with you, including all the down bits as well as the up bits, and here we are. We're on day 3 of rain, following a bit of a storm, and maybe you can see that tree trunk there. There was a storm that lasted, I wouldn't even call it a storm, it was a blustery squall. It lasted for about 15 minutes and it knocked this tree down. And we were very lucky that it didn't land on our vehicle. It actually fell the opposite direction to where our vehicle was parked, and you can probably see all the mud on the ground there as we moved the vehicle in case anything else fell on it. We still have a tree here that we were a little bit scared of falling as well. But we weathered that literally storm. But it did have a big impact. It moved our satellite dish that we rely on for television, so we've had no TV for about a week. It also came down on the line that brings in our phone line and our internet, so we've had no internet, and we've been trying to do things on sort of 3G when we can get access to 3G. So what we've been doing in the meantime is we've been arranging for someone to come and lay our terraced area here with gravel. So we've got 6 tons of gravel arriving this afternoon to help us avoid skidding in mud and help with weed suppressant. We've got somebody coming to look at chopping down some of these larger trees, because we really did get a bit of a fright when the trees started creaking and cracking and falling, and we've had a lot of big branches falling off some of these trees. So we've got someone coming out in the next couple of weeks to quote us for getting rid of maybe 2 of the really large ones. Some of these trees really are quite large, and it's not just our house we have to think about, it's our neighbours. So we don't want to do any damage to their property, and I certainly don't want a tree landing on me in the middle of the night. You'll hear the road noise in the background. I'm adjusting to that. When we bought the house, there were lots of things about it that were absolutely perfect for us, like it's got level ground, it's within walking distance of the river, it's right beside a really big cycle route, which is fantastic to get to and from some of the little villages. But we did also know it was on a main road. So our big compromise was that we have the sound of traffic going past us quite frequently. I'm adjusting to that. Sometimes I really like it. I like the comfort of knowing there's life outside my gate. I'm not someone that needs silence. I find silence sometimes to be quite oppressive. And when I was growing up, we grew in some fairly remote places where there was nothing else around you and no sign of life. And I quite liked later on living in apartments and hearing people's washing machines going on their spin cycles, or hearing their hoovers as the sounds of life around me. So sometimes I like it, sometimes I find it a bit irritating when we have big lorries go past, but the road was our compromise, and you'll hear it sometimes in the background of the videos. The other thing that we've been doing, because it's been raining, is clearing out this outbuilding. So this is a collection of about 60% of the stuff that we had to clear out of the house when we first moved in. There were about 5 or 6 mattresses, including all of the previous owner's bedding that had been left, that we had to pull out. There were lots of old cupboards that were left here as well, and some bed bases that are broken, and this is quite a lot of the blankets and things that were left over that we have been gradually working our way through, tidying up and taking to the local dump. So that's been our excitement of the day. It's not all wine and croissants, sometimes it's rain and trips to the dump. So that's what we've been doing. Maybe the next time I show you this will be a little bit more empty, because we're planning another dump run over the next few days. And that counts as a day out for us at the moment. So it's all work, rain, getting things mended, getting things fixed. We've been told that our internet line should be fixed within the next 7 days, and we're hoping that that is the case. But in the meantime, we've just been working away at it. So as soon as I'm able to get back online, well, you'll see this video, and then I'll be able to start doing some crafting and filming and uploading again. So this is our driveway. This is it before the gravel has arrived. I'll do a quick little swing by. You can see Buster's little cheeky face at the window there. And this is the other side of what we call the terrace. We call it the terrace just because it's all enclosed. It's walled all the way around with gates. It's perfectly safe for Buster. And in the dry weather, he can come out here and chase lizards, and he has a great time. So this is what it looks like before the gravel. Got the ball burst? Good boy. Ready? Several hours later and a lot of back-breaking work and 7 tons of gravel, this is what it looks like. It has been extremely wet. We've had several days of very heavy rain, and there are several flood warnings for the villages that line the river. Our internet is still very patchy, so we're struggling with that a little bit. But I thought you might like to see a little bit more of the garden and see how the gravel drive turned out. I also wanted to take advantage of having some dry weather to be able to walk around. I'm going to say thank you for all the lovely comments on the previous video about our French adventure. I'll continue to share the lumps and the bumps of it. And until we meet again, stay safe and take care.